Thursday, good morning. Let's get it started. And for today, because it's Mother's Day, I want to start with intention. So sit in Sukhasana, easy pose, right leg first, left on the top, or you can sit in straight legged, or you can just bend, like any way you want to. You can sit Japanese style. Palms are facing up first, roll the shoulders back and down. Take an inhale. And when you exhale, close your eyes and close the palms together in front of your heart center. Now, as you're breathing in and out, I just want you to leave the world around us behind for a couple of moments and just try to find your heartbeat. Try to see your body from the inside. Try to think about all the organs in your body, the spine, and feel that spine, how we're breathing, how the energy goes through the spine. That's your center. Try to relax the face muscles. Try to relax your jaws, your lips, your tongue. And let's just do a couple of breaths without, I'm not going to talk now. So keep the spine straight, put the belly in, and just normal breathing, not the control breathing. Take one more inhale. That's going to be a deep one. Inflate the lungs and hold it in. Exhale through your mouth at this time. Let it go slowly, gently. Now open up your eyes. Relax the arms. And I come back to Sukhasana, easy pose. And we're going to start with this. That's a heart opening. That's an immune system boosting. Clasp your fingertips together. And make sure that the elbows, the wrists are at the same line with your heart. Now we're going to inhale, a deep one. And as you hold it in, try to pull the fingertips as much as you can, keeping the lungs full. Use your raw force. And now release the breath, release the force. Take an inhale. Seal it, close it, and start to pull the fingertips as much as you can. And gently release it. Release the breath, release the force. We're gonna do 3 more times. Inhale. Seal it, close the Jalandhara Bandha and pull. Release, exhale. Inhale. Seal, pull. Release, exhale. And do one more time. Make it the deepest one. Inhale, seal, hold, and pull. And gently release it. Relax the arms now. And take one long inhale and exhale. Just a little bit of explanation until you're resting. So what we did, that's great for your thymus. It's right behind the chest bone. That's a little organ. And why we did it, it's really boosting your immune system. It's really helping for the lungs and your thyroids to work properly. Now let's do body rolls. Turn the palms down and choose one direction. And start very slow so you don't go too deep. Just feel that you're moving the body. Because I want you again to close back your eyes and just feel that movement in your shoulders, in your neck, in your throat, in your chest, in your belly, including the hips. So as we start very shy, we open up as we moving more and more and more. Anytime you feel to change direction, you don't have to explain to yourself, just change direction if the body feels to. Breathing is normal, you're using your nose, but the lips are still relaxing. And just few more inhales and exhales. Warming up the hips, the shoulders. Two more breaths. You can go a little bit deeper. You can include the head more. And stop at the center. Take an inhale and an exhale. Palms are facing up. And every time we stop at the center, just visualize your spine. Feel the spine. Again, how you're lengthening up towards the ceiling. So whenever I say feel the spine, that means that you're lengthening. And you're visualizing it. Now, arms overhead, palms together. I'm going to move a little bit so you guys can see me. Palms together. Cross the thumbs or interlace the fingers and cross the thumbs. So the base of the palms are together. And what to do if your shoulders are too tight, then just bend the elbows a little bit. Okay, just try to keep the palms closed. Just open up the elbows. So that's fine. And it's going to open up and then you will be able to stretch up a little bit more. Now chin up, head up. And every time you inhale, you hold the air in. With the exhale, as you're releasing your breath, the energy goes back to the base of the spine, but the arm's gonna lift up and you're gonna stretch up more every time you exhale. Now, if you have the flexibility of the shoulders, start to bring the biceps a little bit more back behind your ears, but don't force anything. So the pelvic is tilted, the belly is in, the shoulders are back, and gently take an inhale and stretch towards the ceiling with the exhale. Feel that little pressure in the lungs, but feel how your chest and how your belly can fill up with air every time you inhale. And with the exhale, stretch. Relax your lips. Relax your face. And I know exactly what you feel because I feel the same. All the blood comes out of the arms. All the energy goes into the shoulders. As we stop the prana in the arms, now everything is going to the neck area. 2 more breaths, we're gonna hold it. Be resistant, take an inhale. Chin up, head up, stretch up, exhale. And now one more time, inhale. Inflate the lungs, inflate the lungs, inflate the lungs. And exhale, stretch, stretch, stretch. Now release the fingertips and very, very gently, slowly. Everything is under your control. Now feel those muscles, how you're activating them as you're bringing the arms down. You just created fresh blood and oxygen. Awesome job, everyone. Palms are facing down and feel that circulation in the arms, in your veins. 2 more big inhale and slow exhale. Now come to a tabletop posture, and you know I do like to fold the towel or place something underneath the knees, so please do that, especially if your knees are tight, not tight, sorry, sensitive. So the palms and the shins are hip width distance. Spread the fingertips wide. That's gonna be cat and cow for breathing. So every time you inhale, you look up. When you exhale, you pull the belly in, you look down, chin to chest, tailbone under. And the rhythm is yours. And you can keep the eyes open or closed. If your eyes are closed, shift the eye gaze in between the eyebrows as you look up. Slow movements. Again, I just want you to recognize all the muscles and everything, front and back. Gently open up the lips, so feel that your throat can stretch when you look up. And every time we inhaling or exhaling, we just pause it for a moment. Okay, so now just still warming up for one more breath. And now I will ask you to choose 6 counts or 8. That's totally up to you. You count for yourself. And you can include the shoulders now a little bit more. Involve the shoulders, like move them back and forth. You're really rounding that back. And you're really pushing the shoulders back when you inhale. Try to keep the belly in, your internal organs in, so we just moving the skin. This is how it feels, like you're moving the skin at the front and at the back. Now shorten the time for 3-3 or 4-4. So it's a little bit of more intense movement, which means we're not gonna cut anything. So the movement is exactly the same in a shorter time. Few more breaths left, keep on going. Two more. And then we go 1 and 1, which will really restart your body. 5 more. And open up the knees, come to child's pose. Forehead down. If your shoulders are really, really tight, you can place a pillow underneath the forehead. So you can rest your forehead on a pillow. If your hips are really tight, you can sit on a pillow. So you can place a pillow on the calves so the hip can rest. And just open up your mouth and just take a couple of breaths, inhales and exhales. Now everything is relaxing. Feel how you're melting into your mat. Feel how you're relaxing shoulders and hips. Feel your heartbeat. And each time you inhale, you're slowing down that heartbeat. Each time you exhale, you arrive there. Let's warm up the side of the body with the next one. Again, be careful with your shoulders. Start to walk the fingertips ahead. Keep the forehead down at all times and the palms on the ground. Now just hang here for 2 more breaths. We're just observing if the body can stay here, if your shoulders are okay, your elbows are okay, your body is all right with this position. So just hang here for 1 more breath. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, maybe walk a little bit ahead. Just an inch. Now take an inhale and start to walk to the right side. You might see that's my left side, but that's my right side. As soon as you feel the stretch on the left side of the body, please stay right there. No need to walk anymore. Just keep on breathing and visualize that you're breathing into your left lung. So the left ribs are opening, the side of the hip, the left side of the hip is opening. And once you don't feel that stretch on the left side, then you can walk to the right side a little bit more. Palms are down, forehead down. Breathing is normal. Face is relaxed. We have 2 more breaths for this side. So decide if you want to stay here or you want to walk a little bit. One more breath. Exhale. And as slow as you went to the right side, this is how, like inch by inch, this is how you're going to come back to the center. And just stay here for a moment. Stay here for a breath. Exhale all the way. Take an inhale and wait until the lungs are full, completely full. And then with the exhale, start to walk to your left and observe that deep stretch on the right side. Is it harder than the other side? Don't worry about it. Just slow down. So sometimes we don't get the same stretch or same depth for both of the sides. There's a reason. So anytime you have to come out, anytime you have to go back an inch or 1 centimeter, that's fine. So again, it's not like how fast and how deep I can go, but what do I feel when I'm there? And the most important part, to be able to breathe how we started the class, like long inhales and slow exhales, like a full breath. We have 2 more breaths left. Use the time. Walk if you have to. Don't walk if you can't. Exhale one more time. Long, slow. And slowly walk back. At this time, bend the elbows when you arrive to the center. Then bring the palms next to you. Relax the shoulders a little bit. Now use the palms to press yourself back up to tabletop. I'm going to face the camera again. So that's going to be thread the needle, but in a little bit different way, maybe. So starting from tabletop, left arm comes underneath the right shoulder. You can go ahead if you have an idea about it, because then later you can follow me what I'm going to do. So it's a little bit of pressure on the left shoulder. And again, experience it before you go any further, okay? So you want to know, like left ear on the ground, left arm under. You want to experience, how does this position feels to you? Can you still breathe? Can you do that full breath? Do you feel pain in the shoulder? So it's just a moment you observe that. And if you can stay here, we have a couple of options. The right palm can walk ahead. You can stretch the right arm ahead, and that gives you a nice right shoulder stretch and right side stretch. Or you can just swing that right arm and place it on your left hip. That opens up the chest and the shoulder area. Any one of those you choose, there's no good or bad, it's just what you choose today. So just take a couple of long inhales and exhales. If you're holding tension, which can happen because your eyes are closed, you notice it. So send that energy, send that focus there for a moment to release it with your breath. Now, please stay here if you have any neck problems, okay? Otherwise, take an inhale and gently place the forehead down on the ground. Now, maybe you have no neck pain, but you go like, okay, I tried, but it's no good. Go back on your left ear. No need to do that. But if you can stay there, just take another breath. A long inhale. And a very slow exhale. Now take an inhale. And again, be very, 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 very careful. Just move the head and place the right eyebrow on the ground. Take another breath. Exhale. Now we're staging back, forehead down. Left ear down. Right palm, if the arm was extended, walks back, comes underneath the shoulder. And then you take an inhale, you come back, you sit on your heel and just a little bit move that left arm or both arms. Very gentle, careful movements. And then come back to tabletop. Let's repeat the other side. Left palm underneath the shoulder, right arm comes underneath, right ear on the ground, and just stay here for a breath. Feel how your internal organs are reorganizing in your belly as you halfway upside down. Feel how you start to stretch the glutes with just taking another breath. And now you can walk the left fingertips ahead. You can swing that left arm and place it on the right hip. You can stay as you are, just bend the elbow. And you can play a little bit how you put pressure on that right shoulder. So sometimes I feel I need a good massage for my shoulder. Then I'm moving until I feel that I'm reaching that point. But it's the same way how you take off the pressure once you don't need to stretch the shoulder for any reason. Now your face is relaxing, hips are relaxing, breathing is totally normal. Take an inhale and place the forehead down carefully. The slower you move, the more you feel. So immediately it's gonna tell you if your neck is able or not to do that movement. Now take another breath and gently, it's not a full turn. So I'm not saying your left ear gonna be on the ground, it's just your eyebrow. You place down the eyebrow, perfect. Such a great rotation for your neck. The left fingertips are still reaching out if they straight ahead. Now exhale one more time and then slowly we're gonna come back, but exhale first. And coming back slowly, forehead down. Right ear down. Walking back. Left one underneath the shoulder. Then take an inhale and come back with the exhale. Sit on the heels and again just move the shoulders, move the arms a couple of times. Now for the next one, it's not gonna be popular. I'm pretty sure about that. Please be resistant, okay? It's gonna be good. We're going to increase the circulation in the toes. So sitting Japanese style, how I'm sitting, but the toes come under. So again, if you cannot sit on your heels, you're gonna put a cushion in here. If you can sit on the heels, you can go ahead, there you go. We're stretching the calves, we're strengthening the toes, and we're adding arm position too. So keep the spine straight, keep the belly in, fingers interlaced, and press out the palms ahead. So the chin is up, the head is up, and we're just staying here. Now, anytime you feel cramping, you come back here and you're making a little bit of noise. Nobody gonna hear it, don't worry. There you go. But please be resistant. We're gonna hold it for a few long breaths and then we're gonna release it for good, okay? So feel that you're pushing the palms out, feel that you're sitting on your heel, feel that you're lengthening up the spine, and let's start to breathe. Inhale slow. Exhale long. Inhale slow. Exhale long. Inhale slow. Exhale long. And let's do a couple of more times. You're doing great. Two more times. Inhale. Exhale. And the last one. Inhale. Hold it in. And now release it gently. Good job. Palms out. And now release it. Great job, everyone. Now make some noise. Circulation is back. Feels it? Awesome. Good. Now, tuck the toes under and come to Malasana. That's for you, Jesse. So the toes are pointing out, especially if you have any knee problems. Don't try to make the feet parallel, okay? That's okay. But the heels are hip distance, the palms are together. You can push on your butt cheek. Like he's gonna sit on a bolster because his hips are really, really tight. But he's still watching that he's lengthening up the head towards the ceiling. So the chin is up, the shoulders are moving back. And with the half of the elbows, we're going to open the hips because we're pressing gently the knees back. Now, I will encourage you to close your eyes. That's what I'm gonna do. You can keep the eyes open, just look to the point. But I find it easier for myself when I close my eyes because then I don't watch what's outside. I'm just watching myself from the inside. So that's why I encourage you again, close your eyes, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, shoulders back, chin up, head up. And every time you exhale, just feel that the energy goes back to the base of the spine, although we're not touching the ground, but still feel that you're rooted. But your rooted posture is now on the feet. So palms together and lift up the head. Feel that you're lengthening the spine. It's great for your hips. It's great for your first and second chakras. And anytime you need to release it because you're cramping, you gently just sit down, okay? You go here and you roll the knees back like inside. That's absolutely okay. Don't worry about it. If you have to leave, if you have to exit the posture, that's a safe way to do that. But then come back and feel that you're stretching the top of the head. Like there's a line attached, an invisible line. Belly in, tailbone is under. Slow, long inhales and exhales. If your eyes are closed, just visualize how you're inflating the lungs. With the exhale, feel how you release that breath, how you deflate them. You can also check your face muscles, like if you relax the eyes, around your mouth, your forehead, your lips, your tongue. And as soon as you concentrate on something else than the hips, it helps you to forget the tension. We have 3 more breaths left. You're doing great. As you're lengthening up towards the ceiling, that takes off a little pressure of the hips. Try it like you want to stand up. Don't stand up. Just feel that you're lengthening. So much that the hips are releasing some of the tension. So you're not sinking into the hips. One more breath. And at this time, drop the palms. Gently come to a tabletop posture, and we're gonna do dancing lion. Choose one direction, and whenever you feel it, you can just move to the other direction. Spread the fingertips, press down the fingertips, and feel that you're not moving the palms, you're just moving the hips. I do like to go back and forth to the left and right. That's a nice massage for the hips. And again, you can include the shoulders, the head, you can include the belly. So try to find yourself a movement. It's like really like you're dancing. Synchronize with your breath. Now let's change direction, or change direction one more time. Good job, everyone. Tuck the toes under and come back to Malasana, garland pose. Now we're not gonna hold it for that long, but as soon as you come into the posture, you feel like, okay, now it looks familiar, it feels familiar. So it's not gonna be so hard to keep the position. Now we're gonna stretch, like place the right palm down, I mean both palms down, and stretch the left leg out. Flex the foot back. Keep the right palm down and extend the left arm up. Now you have to find the balance first, which is the hard part. But after a couple of breaths, you feel that actually you can extend those left fingertips towards the ceiling. So again, we create that stretch on the left side. The left thigh is relaxing and the left hamstring is stretching. Flex the foot back. Again, you can place anything underneath your butt, like you can sit on a block or you can sit on a cushion. Look up towards the ceiling, chin to shoulders. And let's do one more breath. Inhale. And with the exhale, stretch. Left palm down, and now I'm walking to the other side. Left palm down, find your balance. And also it's okay if you just keep both palms for another breath or another 2 breaths. When you feel that you can raise that right arm, immediately gently shift your eye gaze as well. And maybe you're still just breathing, you're still not stretching. So don't forget, all your organs going to take, especially the lungs, going to take this position, which means like as we're twisting, they have to find a way how they work for you, how they work with the posture. So as we took 1 or 2 breaths, or maybe 3, then now you can start to stretch the right fingertips up. Now you can shift your eye gaze towards the ceiling, chin to the chest, relax your lips. Gently rotate the left knee with the half of the left elbow. Let's do 2 more breaths. Relaxing the right hamstring, flexing the right toes back. Exhale long. Awesome, everyone. Come back to Malasana. Close the legs together, hip width distance, palms together, 3 long breaths, and we release our garland pose for today. Shoulders back, chin up. Do one more breath. Slow inhale. Stretch the head up a little bit more and roll the shoulders, roll the knees out as you exhale. Awesome job, everyone. Good. Gently release your butt cheek down. Roll the knees in a few times, carefully. Again, the slower you go, the more stretch you feel. Then stretch the legs out, toes back. Lift your butt cheek up and out. Again, you can fold a little towel just to be able to tilt the pelvic a little bit. Usually you can do this naturally, like by your own, like I can. I have something where I can lift up. So this is the position of the spine. So instead of rolling on the butt cheek, this is how we ease the pose. This is how we go into. Bend the knees too. So he might want to place that towel underneath the knees because his hamstrings are really tight. He's gonna sit on this, and he's gonna fold that and placing underneath the knees, starting with a bent knee. Okay, so butt cheek out, arms overhead, take an inhale, lengthen up. And with the exhale, bend the elbows, slide to your fingers. These are the peace fingers. I'm sliding in between the big toe and second toe. And then immediately I'm rolling my shoulders back, my chin is up, toes back, and kicking the heels out. So how far you go, it depends on the hamstring. And you can see my hamstring is kind of tight today. So I'm not going to straighten up because that's not the point. The point is keeping the spine straight, being able to breathe, and stretching all those tissues, calves, hamstrings, glutes, belly in, shoulders relaxing, rolling back and down. A few more long inhales and exhales. Now, as you feel that the body is opening up, you can go a little bit deeper. Start with your face that you're relaxing. If you start with your forehead, then with the eyes, then with your mouth, then with your throat, then with your shoulders. So this is how we releasing all the tension, and it's gonna reach the hips, it's gonna reach your hamstrings and everything. Let's do 2 more breaths. Last 2 more breaths in this posture. Chest out still, chin up still. Exhale long. Awesome job, everyone. Release it carefully, gently. Sole of the feet together. And the heels are not close to my butt cheek, not close to my tailbone. Okay, so do a diamond shape. and grab the big toes and just relax the head down. Go very slow, very careful, because you might feel some tension around the lower back, but actually it's releasing tension around the lower back. What we can do here, that's a nice touch, if you place like a block and you place the forehead down. In that case, you can relax. Can you reach it? In that case, you can relax the neck and the shoulders too. Let's do 2 long inhales and exhales. And gently chin to the chest, slowly come back. And come to Ardha Matsyendrasana, left leg straight or left knee bends. If left knee bends, that's in your center. The right heel comes to the knee, they touch each other, and please make sure that your right butt cheek is on the ground and touching your left heel. Okay, so that's the position. If you have any injuries or you feel that you can keep the butt cheek just this way, like you're straightening the leg, sometimes I do, then just stay right here. Then the right palm comes right behind you, and actually the base of the palm is touching my spine, because that's gonna help me to keep the spine straight, to be able to roll that right shoulder back. Now lift the left arm up, take an inhale, and again just hold it, stretch the left fingertips up. Open up that left side. So the left fingertips are stretching up, the left toes are stretching back, the right sole of the foot is on the ground, and your right palm is on the ground and pressing down. Now bend the left elbow and touch it with the knee. You can stay here. You can start to shift the eye gaze back, or you can extend that left arm, touch the knee, hold the knee. You can bind any variation what you want to do. I'm going to stay here. So any variation you want to do is welcome. Now what I'm focusing on is my breathing, is how I'm lengthening up the spine constantly towards the ceiling. You might feel again that the left lung has the access for all your breath, because the right one is squeezed. I'm squeezing the tissue and I'm extending the tissue on the left side. Let's do 2 more long inhales and exhales. Soften the face, lengthen up the head, try to twist more. And 1 more exhale. And as you went into it, shift the eye gaze back. Release the arms, and then release the legs. Just sit by placing the palms down. Take 1 long inhale and exhale. Let's center everything. Let's bring the energy back to the center of the spine before we switch. Awesome, everyone. Now let's do the other side. So the right leg is straight, or the right knee bends. Left heel crosses over, and I just turn so you see that my left butt cheek is down, my left arm is behind. Take the time. Every single breath, you step up something. So now we enter into a posture really in a different way than usual. Again, your lungs has to get used to this posture. Don't forget it. So maybe it's not just you feel your muscles or any other thing, but just concentrate on the lungs. Feel the lungs, how they act as you twisting. And if you want to go a little bit ahead, just move one thing at a time and experience before you go for like a full, for the full posture, or what we call full posture. Gonna do 2 more breaths. Exhale, long, slow. Then shift the eye gaze back. Gently release your posture, extend the legs out, palms next to you, just sit. A great hip opener for next one. Sitting straddle split, and again, straddle split doesn't have to be straddle split. So if your hamstrings are tight, maybe you're gonna sit here, you're gonna cushion underneath here, maybe that's gonna be your position for today, okay? If you can do extend the legs out, then this is gonna be your position today. If you can sit in straddle split, then you go as wide as you can. But again, I'm going to ask you just to experience where you are. So flex both feet back, roll the shoulders back, lengthen up the head, close your eyes, and just take a long inhale and exhale. Let's see if you can stay here. If you can't, shorten your stance. That's okay. Just don't force yourself into something which you are not. Awesome, everyone. Now just start to walk the fingertips ahead. So I'm tilting the pelvic from the side. It looks that my pelvic is tilting. You can place the elbows down. You can place a bolster or a pillow underneath your belly to cushion yourself, to be able to relax a little bit more. And of course, if that's your if you can do this straddle split and you can stretch your head, then gently by staging, but then you're going to extend the forehead down and the palms on the ground. If you're in this full position, relax the shoulders, relax your hips, relax the belly and all the internal organs. If you are in this position, then just concentrate how you're releasing tension. Lower back, glutes, outside of your thigh and underneath, which is your hamstring. So no matter where you are today, you definitely releasing tension and you stretching yourselves. Let's do 2 more breaths. Inhale, and as your lungs are full, just hold it in. And with the exhale, let it go. Shoulders, hips are relaxing then. One more time, inhale. And with the exhale, relax more than the previous one. Now gently bend the elbows, walk the palms back. sit still for a moment. Then I'm using my palms to bend my knees and hug them to my chest. So first, your back is rounded, but then and maybe it's just a small movement. Maybe it's like invisible, but I'm rolling the shoulders back and I'm lengthening up the head, the chest. So my thighs are completely touching my belly, which is going to massage the internal organs. I'm working on my hip flexors too, as I'm hugging. And just release the shoulders back one more time. So the back is flat. And gently change. All right. Bend the right leg and kneel down on your left. Again, cushion the knee, the left knee if you have to. So we are in 90-90 now. Place the palms. The palms are with one line, the same line than your right foot. And then start to slide that left knee behind. Now you can stay here. You can tuck the toes under. You can have the foot flat. And you can just stay here. One thing what I need you to watch, the heel and the knee are in one line. Don't press the knee ahead. Okay, so even if you feel that you can stretch a little bit deeper, then you're gonna walk the foot a little bit. Okay, so the knee is not over the heel. Okay, so stay here. You can hug that right knee, or you can go on your elbows. Anything you're gonna choose, again, is your practice. That's what you do. Usually what I do, because my hip is like this, I do like to hug. So I'm working on the rotator, on the flexor, not the rotator, because I have a little bit of hyper mobility in my hip, in my rotator. So that's what I'm gonna do, and just stay here. Every time you inhale, feel that your hips are in a little bit of a pain, but with the exhale, you're completely relaxing, releasing that tension. So it fades away, it goes away. And just think about what's happening now. We're changing the energy, we're healing the hips, we give back the hips what belongs to them. Circulation, blood flow, mobility. Now take an inhale, gently come back on your fingertips, and now sit on the left heel and extend the right leg out. So now we're cutting the prana in the left leg and restarting the prana, the life force, the circulation in the right leg. That's just gonna be a moment. Use your fingertips next to you. Don't forget that pillow or cushion underneath the knee when we come back to 90-90. And now slide that left knee back. Left palm is on the ground. Look over the right shoulder. And maybe you just stay here for a moment. Then maybe you stay here for a moment as you're bending that shin. That's gonna stretch the left thigh. And if you can hold on it, please go ahead. Relax the face, relax the jaws, relax the shoulders. And change. Come back to tabletop. And just a couple of inhales and exhales in your dancing. Awesome. Stop at the center. Left foot walks up, or you can just come to 90-90 and then put the palms down. Now forget what you learned about your right side. Take an inhale and start to slide that right knee behind. Move very slow and feel that the flexors has to work. Is this one. Okay, so it's this. Hug the knee or go on your forearm. Just make sure you have the right angle. And also if you're turning out, that's avoiding the stretch. So press gently, like feel that the right hip bone wants you face your mat. And now take an inhale, and when you exhale, you're going to release so much tension on the right side. It's not just only the hip, maybe it's the side of the body too. We have a few more breaths in this stretch. Two more breaths. Exhale one more time, long, slow. Relax the hips. Then take an inhale. Support yourself with your palms. Left leg straightens, right heel. Sit. Come back to 90-90. Right palm down, right knee behind. Look over the left shoulder. And again, just take the time to feel those stretches again. And then bend the shin or not. If you feel cramping, you put it back. So sometimes I just play this, like I'm putting up, I'm bending it. And until I don't feel that I can reach for it without cramping, it's just better to skip. Left shoulder relaxes, eye gaze behind. That's good. One more breath, last one. Relax into it with the exhale. And gently release it. Tabletop, last dancing. You can press back to child pose and start from there if it makes you happy or you feel that you need a center readjustment. And because it's Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. Before we lay down on the ground, we're gonna do a little bit of heart opening, okay? Now, what you ever learned, or maybe not what you ever learned from Ustrasana Camel, but we're gonna do it in a different way at this time, for sure. So if you're practicing Vinyasa or any power, that's not gonna be that fast. Again, I'm folding my mat, I'm kneeling on here, the shins are parallel to each other. And now I will ask you to place your palms, like the fingertips are pointing down, the thumbs are pressing on your hip, and start to just roll the shoulders back a couple of times. Just a few times, rolling back. So feel that you're opening that chest area. Now take an inhale, lengthen up the spine. If you have no neck injury, release the head back. If you have any neck problem, just look up without wrinkling your forehead and feel that your chest is lengthening up towards the ceiling. As you're breathing in and out, feel that you start to stretch the front side of the body. Forget the back, forget the lower back, forget everything at the back side. Just concentrate on the front. So as you inhale, you're opening up everything, and when you exhale, that's when you can go a little bit deeper, which means it's opening up your shoulders, your throat, your chest. Relax your lips. Soften the mouth. And give me 2 more breaths, 2 more inhales and exhales, just looking up towards the ceiling, just feeling that you're stretching. You're opening the tissues at the front. Now 1 more deep inhale, inhale, chest up. With the exhale, stretch. And slowly look back to center. Slide the palms on your thigh and come to child's pose. Forehead down, take a break. Now, if you have an advanced practice, the next one, which is going to be the last one, you go ahead, but please use every breath for every motion. So don't just jump into your full camel, or don't just go like continuously go with your breath, okay? If you are not an advanced level yet, or not an intermediate, then come back to center. But still we're gonna do it in a different way. So you can keep the palms here, or you can slide those palms on your thigh. Or you can interlace the fingers, release the index, cross the thumbs. I sat on my heel, sorry for that, because you won't be able to see me, and you're stretching up. So that can be the arm position, and this is how you go to your back bend, but continuously the chest is up towards the ceiling. So either way, like I'm just doing this, like sliding my palms on my thigh, I'm moving my shoulders back. And just breathe continuously, stretching the thighs and the front of the body. Give me 2 more breaths. Chest up, heart out. And very gently come back. Good job, everyone. Forehead down. Two long inhales and exhales. Then gently press yourself back up, lay down on your backs. This is your final Shavasana for today. Palms are facing up, chin to the chest, relax the legs, relax the lower back. Take an inhale. And when you exhale, just feel that you can stay motionless. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your spine again. Feel the blood flow. Feel that energy. Just visualize that healing, what you just created with this 1 hour practice. Now for me again, the easiest to stay still is that I'm visualizing my breathing, visualizing my breath, how I'm inhaling, how I'm exhaling. Anything comes to your mind, just let it go. See them as clouds on the sky. In this moment, we releasing everything what doesn't serve us anymore. Start to feel heavy in your mat. Shift the eye gaze in between the eyebrows. Relax the tongue one more time. Now take one more breath. Move your fingertips. And I will ask you to place the left palm on your heart. Place the right palm on your heart. And just feel your heartbeat. All good decisions and everything what is nice, it comes from your heart. So anytime when you feel those, just place your palms on the heart, close your eyes. And reconnect. Now gently release this sensation, hug the knees to your chest. You can clasp the fingertips or grab the wrists, forearms, elbows, and start to rock side to side very gently to wake up the body. Then roll on the right side. Stay in this fetus pose for 2 breaths. Then gently release, and at your own pace, just come back to seated. Palms are facing up, or you can close the palms in front of your heart center. And we're gonna do 3 arms together, okay? So we're gonna resonate this eternal voice. Or all right, so exhale first. You can close your eyes. I will do that. Take an inhale through the nose, fill up the lungs, and start to sing Om. Take an inhale. Second one. Last one, third one, inhale. Shanti, 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 peace. Namaste.